So today I'm going to talk about how to resolve or avoid emotional breakdowns. So emotional breakdowns or emotional overreactions, we've all either had the experience of having them or had the experience of somebody having an emotional breakdown in front of us or upon us. It's unpleasant. None of us really like it. And lots of people just feel like it's unavoidable. But the truth is, there is this whole energetic component to how it happens and why it happens. And once I usually explain this to clients or to breathing practitioners or biofield tuning clients, they're like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. And it's very helpful in getting motivation and understanding on how you unwind those triggers. And then really start living life differently. So let's get into it. How does it work? As many of you know, you have a bioenergetic field, and this is scientifically proven now. You have your physical body, which is a part of your bioenergetic field, but then you have your energetic body or beingness, and it is with you your whole life. And we are constantly creating energy, if you will. And we have in our bioenergetic field a memory, an energetic imprint of your experience and your ability to process your experience. And so energetically, what happens when you have an experience that is overwhelming, either good or bad, you tend to suppress or repress that energy. And that means that you have a little piece, it's a nice way to put it, but let's say you have a pocket or a component of stuck energy in your field that was essentially emotion that you suppressed or repressed. Through the law of attraction and just the way the universe works, because you have that emotion in your bioenergetic field, you're going to attract more of that vibration and emotion, right? And so when you do that, you're going to bring into your life another experience that elicits the same emotional reaction. And so if you haven't learned how to deal with it or you haven't learned how to process it, you will then suppress or repress that emotion. And now you have more of that same emotion stuck in your bioenergetic field. You can imagine this process happens over and over and over again. And, it can start very, very young. So as an adult, you may not even realize that you're suppressing or repressing emotion. It happens so fast and so quickly. And you just may be in a conundrum of like, why does this experience keep happening to me? Why do I keep getting upset at this type of person? Why does this type of person keep coming into my life that makes me feel so or whatever that emotion is? It could be an event. It could be like a kind of experience that happens to you that elicits that same emotional reaction. And so just like we would with anything else, if we can actually start to process that emotion, then it starts to unwind in our energetic field. Okay. And so when that happens, you no longer have that stuck energy in your field, and you then don't attract those experiences or those people into your world or into your life. And if you do, your reaction is very, very different because you don't have the same emotional imprint, and you've learned how to integrate and integrate that experience and that emotion, digest it, like energetically digest it. So how does that energetic integration or digestion occur? The two main tools that I use are breath and sound. So anybody who works with me we focus on breathing. And we focus on breathing is because breathing is one of the main ways, is really the main way that we process energy in our system. So if you aren't breathing, you aren't processing. And that means you're either suppressing or repressing, which means you have more stuck energy in your bioenergetic field. But if you can start to breathe through an emotion or an experience, and you can start to feel those emotions and understand them more, then that energy starts to integrate. And as you can imagine, the more stuck energy you have, the stronger the emotions and the larger the challenge is, and really being present enough to integrate them. But that's the work that I do with you as a coach. I really support you in that process. The other way that we also work with it is breathing and sound. So sound can come in the form of toning, making sound, vocalizing, which we do in breath sessions, we do in chanting, we do in your car, but making sound is a huge deal. Movement, also a huge deal. If you think about it, two of the things that as humans that we're taught to suppress and repress are movement and sound. So the more we can learn to make movement and make sound that integrates and moves energy, the healthier our bioenergetic field is, right? So, and that's also part of the work that we do in biofield tuning. As we move through the field with the tuning forks or with sound, we're able to integrate pockets of stuck energy through entrainment. So there are tools, there are ways, and it's certainly a skill set that you can develop to learn how to integrate these energies, right? And the brilliance of that is that your life really changes. Your relationships change, how you respond and react to situations change. Even if you even a small level of mastery of it drastically changes your life experience and drastically changes your level of awareness. It is fantastic for you and for everybody in your life. So how do you start, right? And really, you start by just breathing. It is the easiest tool that I could give you. So let's do an experiment. Let's just say for 2 weeks, you spend 10 minutes a day just focusing on your breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Try not to do a lot of pausing. Try and just inhale and exhale, just like watching waves, right? Like there's no real holding when you watch waves. They just go in, they go out, they go in, and they go out. So in your breath practice for 2 weeks, just focus for 10 minutes. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and notice what emotions come up. And notice if you can keep that emotion, keep present with those emotions as they come up, and you can keep that constant breath as emotions and thoughts arise. And you really want to let go of the thoughts. Try not to do too much judging or analysis. Really stay with the breath and stay present with the emotions. And just notice, maybe journal a little bit, but let's just start with a consistent practice of breathing and allowing yourself time and space to integrate. It is a wonderful, wonderful practice. And even that 10 minutes a day makes a huge difference in your life and in your ability to process. Currently, our world is just so full of so much. It is the term overwhelm comes up all the time now, that just life feels overwhelming. There is so much. Just going to the grocery store, it can be an overwhelming experience now. And so we really need this kind of practice to allow you to integrate on a daily basis. Like, there is so much emotion ever present in life now, and we have so little space to really process and integrate. That's really important for you to make that time and make that space. Because what happens is if you're not integrating your daily emotion, right? Like you're not integrating your daily experience and the level and of emotion and energy that you experience, right? Your system needs time to process all of that. And so you have to take that time to process so that your energy can be full and vibrant and not stuck, so that you're not suppressing and repressing. What happens when we're not consistent, what happens when we don't take that time to integrate and really breathe and process and be present, is that those suppressed and repressed emotions build up. And over time, they build up, and then oftentimes you will have an emotional breakdown, or you will explode, or you will have an emotional reaction that is vastly disproportionate to the situation at hand. And so just starting to develop a regular process and time to allow yourself to energetically integrate daily life is really vital to maintaining that peace and vitality and health and ease that we all want, right? Okay, so just try it for a week, right? Or 2 weeks. I said 2 weeks. So try it for 2 weeks, breathing 10 minutes a day. If it's super hard to do 10 minutes in one sitting, try doing 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at bedtime. It also is a great way to take a work break. Instead of going for a cup of coffee or having a cookie, finding a quiet place to breathe for just 10 minutes is really, really refreshing and revitalizing. So you might try that at your lunch break or an afternoon break instead of your usual snack and coffee or what have you. So those are a few suggestions. Let me know how it goes. And if you have any more questions, please message me. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to find out more information about me or my offerings, please check out my website, danashamas.com. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter. I send them out weekly with tips, insights, rituals, meditations, personal updates, special events, and offerings. So I know you don't want to miss out. Thanks again for watching, and I look forward to connecting soon.